guys, Major Arlene here. So I was doing a deathmatch yesterday. Yeah, cool, right? It was only one match. So here's how it went down. When I started back at Doom World, one of the first people I had met was, well, not one of the first, but one of the people who commented on the thread about me was a man named 40 Ants on Doom World, and he has a show called World Extermination Radio. It's a podcast where he's talked to actually some pretty famous people in the Doom community. So he is really cool, and I like him. So I've talked to him, and all of a sudden, I get a bunch of I get a mention from one of my followers here on YouTube and also on Doom World about a podcast throwdown with someone named Alfonso, which he has a show called Doom Radio. I hadn't heard it yet. I'm sure it's just as good. But anyway, they were jokingly talking about doing a death match between 40 and Alfonso to see who was better and would have control of the airwaves, I guess. I don't know. So, so anyway, this ended up turning into a really big thing, and yesterday, the 15th, was when the actual deathmatch was. If you want to watch the deathmatch, I will have a link in the description of the deathmatch that somebody posted up on YouTube as well. There's also the entire live stream, which you can watch on Captain Clever's Twitch, and I will link that also. So, anyway, so Alfonso ended up winning the match, which sucks. I was pulling for 40, just because he is cool and he's a cool guy, and I've talked to him, so, but Alfonso won. It was the best out of 3, 40 frag limit, so, which I think part of it was 40 was distracted. He had some IRL stuff going on, so, anyway, 40, love you. I wish you would have won, but it's all good. Anyway, so I did a death match. We had exhibition matches going before and after the actual, main event. So we have exhibition matches, and I was actually trying to get in before the first match because I didn't know how late this was going to run. So I was trying to quickly, because I hadn't even downloaded Doomseeker on my new computer yet. Because I wasn't doing co-ops or death matches or anything, I was just doing, regular single-player review stuff. So I felt no need to download Doomseeker and have something else on my computer to take up space. And so I didn't have Doomseeker, so I very quickly was trying to download Doomseeker and get everything set up for the thing, and it wasn't set up properly. I accidentally forgot to go in my directories and actually look for my WAD files, and it ended up downloading Freedoom for me, and if you've never played Freedoom, it's weird. I kinda like it, but it's weird, and it makes everything look a lot different than you would normally be seeing it, because I asked somebody, I was on a Discord server with a lot of the spectators, the commentators for the podcast Throwdown had their own voice chat, but I was talking with a lot of the spectators. And I'm like, what's up with these sprites, man? They look weird. And he's like, what are you talking about? They're just the normal sprites. And I'm like, oh, crap. So I downloaded Freedoom, which made everything look weird. Kind of cool, but very weird. So it ended up throwing me off so bad. Like, I was like, dude, what is going on? So eventually, I finally got things going, but I wanted to, instead of trying to switch between Xandronum and Discord through, because I was text chatting some people as well on the Discord server, trying to switch back and forth between Xandronum and Discord is annoying. So I'm like, I'm just going to watch the podcast Throwdown, the main event on the Twitch channel, and I'll just go ahead and do the exhibition match. So it was actually a very fun time, and we had a lot of exhibition matches. I didn't stay and watch the whole thing, but I did have my own death match. So that was a very long segue into what is going to be maybe a 5-minute frag fest of me totally sucking. Actually, I didn't suck too hard. Towards the end, I ran out of steam. And I think because the spread was not that bad in the beginning, I was thinking, oh, this is not going to be that bad. I might actually, catch up to this guy, but he ended up beating me by, I think, like 5 or 6 frags or something like that. I was trying, but there was lag on my end too, which, you know, everybody's like, oh, you always say, you know, people always say lag, you know, blah, blah, blah. And they just, no, it's not that. There was lag. There was lag, and there was nothing I could do about it. And it was lagging for other people who were speccing me too. So I think it was actually, it was the case, you know, it was just laggy. But, and at one point I saw there was like, at the end of the match, there was like a little weird connection error thing, you know, that little connection error bubble you get on top of a player's head, you know, if they're talking, like a talk bubble, but it's got the, anyway, you know what I'm talking about. It had a disconnection error on there, so I'm thinking it was probably an issue with my internet connection because it was being overloaded. I had the Twitch stream, I had the Discord server going, I had several things going at one time, which of course is never good for trying to play Doom. You want your computer to be performing at your best, but I did it on the spur of the moment. So anyway, that is a very long segue into what is going to be just me basically deathmatching somebody who's actually fairly even. His name's Fuzzball. He's also on the Doom World community. He's a cool dude. Yeah, it was a lot of fun actually, and I'm hoping we can maybe start doing this like once a month or something. Get together and do at least exhibition matches. Maybe not necessarily a main duel, but I mean even a main duel would be cool. I think it'd be great. But anyway, so thank you guys. And, yeah, enjoy the match. Alright, this is Major Arlene. Over and out.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Must be something behind it. Mark my words.
This should be interesting. Total newbie versus a relative newbie.
Who's the
Oh,
nice.
I think that's Fuzzball.
Yeah, Fuzzball.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, yeah, that should be an even matchup.
That's much better than playing.
Yeah, DS
Yeah.
versus that would have been just like cruel.
I think his objective would be to get her into negatives or something.
Yo, it's like that one screenshot, friggin' 25 to -1. Oh my god. I'll never forget that.
No, what I like the most is that it wasn't that the match War Torn linked, like he made a video out of it on the really bad map from
the person
Space
who wanted to be
DM5.
unbanned from Skulltag.
No, that was Bloodskull versus Ralphis, and they played like the stakes where whoever loses leaves the community. Ah, those were the stakes, man. And Bloodskull had no idea who Ralphis is.
Yeah, that did not end well for him.
But did he actually leave?
He actually, I think he was banned, and he later returned someone else. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember he later adopted the name Shadowrunner, right? Or was it Shadowrunner and then Bloodskull?
I don't know.
It might have been Shadowrunner and then Bloodskull.
Probably. Yeah, could have been that.
That used to be a big thing with clans, right? It was clan has to disband in a clan war, whoever loses.
Yeah,
I remember we did that a couple times with A3, but these people, they would disband the clan and then just make the same fucking clan with a different name.
Just run out of acronyms for the clan. Just start using numbers.
UD1, UD2.
You know, I wasn't around for it, but this is like maybe like a year or two before I actually joined UD. But apparently, like, there was like some early clan war, like the early 2000s or something. Like, they fought, what was it, HC or something like that, and like the resulting like fallout from that caused like the entire clan just to break up. And it wasn't even like, oh, you guys have to disband if you lose. It was just that they just lost like so hard that the clan just imploded.
Fell apart.
Yeah.
Their minds got so crushed. They just couldn't continue to. Like, why even continue after this?
Yeah, you know what? That happens, and even with particular players, like I remember back in an old clan, the first clan I was in when I first got into the community, the first couple like clan matches that we had was against A3 against Mobius, and all these people, they left my clan because they lost to Mobius. It's like, oh my god. It's like one person was enough to just make them want to leave the clan, and then the clan would disintegrate after that because they get into a fight. It's like, well, why would you leave the clan because you lost to Mobius? And then just recently, actually, the last 2 times we played this clan. I haven't played a clan match in forever, and after the match, we kicked their asses, and it's like we ran like the shittiest possible team. It was me and 2 other scrubs, and at the end, the leader of I came in, and this guy's like, "Blue, we lost to Decay. I'm gonna commit suicide now." It's like, okay.
Sudoku.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, it's like yeah, you take it too seriously, but the worst part of it is like of course the top clans take all the matches seriously, but even if they lose, like they know the game. But these newbies, they just don't scope the terrain before they even play the game, so and they're like surprised that there's so much more to the game than they ever thought. Completely underprepared for the real games. That's probably what happened to Forrest to a certain distance in this game, I would say. Like he didn't even think that it would be this serious. Or maybe he just didn't care.
Wait, what? That BFG is totally gettable. Get all the time.
This is a weird map. I really can't say I would vouch for any of these setups, the armor or the BFGs. It's really unconventional, but not in a good way.
I can't say. I think I've only played this map like 1 time or something.
Hmm.
There are other levels from the same pack. Is this by... I keep confusing them too.
It's Argentum.
Yeah. There are other ones in this. I think it's got Skirmish map too, as well.
Yep.
In there.
Which is not a good map either. I mean, like, Skirmish has 20 maps in it, and in my opinion, and in Argentum's opinion, actually, there are better maps to pick.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Sometimes I think when Alex is picking the maps, he just kind of like... Well, he used to rely on you two, and then, like, after that, it's just like, I'm just gonna pick a map that I think looks nice.
Yeah, he usually, like, whenever he wanted to make a new vision of Duel 32 back then, he usually went to me and Titan and some other guys who were just like big in the Duel community, and we were like, oh, we have these maps to try. Of course, Zendronum players would hate half of them because they were actually real Duel maps with strategies.
Yeah, you can't tell me that Aurora and Observe are like good Duel maps.
Look at this noob hating Aurora. Just not getting how deep the map is. But yeah, I get it. Like it's not something that people in pub want to play.
So has anyone considered like pressuring